Welcome to Really Important Thinking with Dr. Chris Chismore, hosted by Tom and Griffin.
We are your hosts, Tom and Griffin.
Unfortunately, our illustrious friend, Dr. Chris Chismore, is away on his important research and unable to host the podcast this week.
But fear not, dear listener, because he has left us in charge, and we are going to try to do a really good job of a podcast.
This week, Dr. Chismore has asked us to talk about optimizing reading.
Welcome, citizen soldiers.
Welcome, revolutionaries.
Yes. Revolutionaries. I'm sure everyone here listening to the podcast has seen the big movie of the week.
And it's about revolutionaries.
Griffin and I are happy to be hosting Really Important Thinking in Dr. Chris Chismore's stead once again. And
off to a rough start.
We're off to a rough start.
Nobody can talk because we're so excited about the episode we have to bring to you. We have quick housekeeping news.
We do have big news. So we challenged the 75 listeners of Melbourne, Australia to get more downloads, and they did.
They were in second place.
They were in third place.
And who
to
they
Washington, D.C. So they have jumped ahead of Washington, D.C.
Okay, lobbyists. Okay, corporate lawyers who've fully sold out. It's your time to step up because Melbourne has put you in the dust.
Yeah, and whatever they're doing in Melbourne, we like it. I don't know if it's a political hub. I don't think it is. I'm not really sure what goes on there as far as the greater GDP of Australia goes.
We could read the Wikipedia about Melbourne, Australia, but you know what a way I'd rather learn about it is in a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts from any of our Melbourne listeners. I don't think we've heard hide nor hair from one of these Aussies. They could also hit us up in our email.
Oh, yeah.
Which is realimportantthinking@gmail.com.
Have we even checked the email after we told people to email?
It's probably been active for over a year. We've only mentioned it in the last week.
Yes.
And I'm now getting nervous that somehow somebody can use that to dox us. Somehow that's going to be attached to my personal information in some way. If you know about this, don't do it. And where's the camera? Don't do that.
So
let me know if I have any security issues that I need to be aware of regarding that email address.
Yeah, if you're from Melbourne, let us know what happens in Melbourne via 5-star review
and if you know about tech, also let us know in that. If you're an Australian tech guy.
Yeah, if you're an Australian tech guy and you notice any malware vulnerabilities or security PII issues with Griffin Griffin Edmund Winsler, then let us know.
One of the main things we're concerned about on this podcast, besides fixing, disrupting, optimizing, and some other thing, is doxing.
Yes, doxing.
And and sort of Tom and I have been in a shadow war of doxing one another. Or implying that we're doxing one another.
Yeah, well, the woke mob does many things these days. One of the worst, which is doxing.
Yes.
If I get doxed by the woke mob one more time,
if I get doxed by the woke mob one more time, I'm going ahead and I'm signing up for ICE. I'm going to get my $40,000 signing bonus because they got my house address. I need $40,000 to put in one of those bulletproof doors and some of that stuff because I know y'all are coming for me.
Next time I'm running late to work, I'm coming and I'm saying, sorry, boss, I'm a little late. I was doxed by the woke mob.
I was doxed, so I had to go. I was doxed by the woke mob. I had to go clock in at my other job at Immigrations and Customs Enforcement just so I could get the $40K. I don't mean it. I just want the $40K and then I'm not really in the Gestapo.
My other car is being doxed by the woke mob.
That's so bad it's good.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And something else that's so bad it's no. Hold on, that's not a good transition.
Yeah.
Somehow I thought it was gonna be.
I was gonna say where Dr. Chris Chismore is for the week.
Good gracious.
Before we get to our
so
big
bodacious, I forgot
reveal.
it. Let's hear it.
So Dr. Chris Chismore, this is a first. He is actually in South Korea for the first time ever.
Wow.
I got correspondence from him.
Well, I was gonna, for the first time listener. Dr. Chris Chismore is usually the host of the podcast. He is unable to be here this week, though, and all previous weeks. And it sounds like because he is in South Korea this week.
South Korea this week. He's doing important scientific research, trying to find out what exactly makes the the Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid the most pleasurable car to drive of all time.
He's getting down to the root of the cause.
He found out that I'm a proud owner of a Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid, and he's like, well, if Tom's driving one, I've got to find out why this car is so damn good.
That makes sense, because you're a man of good taste.
Yeah, is it the wonderful leather seats? Is it the boxy, rugged exterior? Is it the portfolio of technological features, including lane centering?
Or is it the portfolio of spices it comes with?
Oh, yeah, or is it the portfolio of spices and
fine powders and dusts
in the third row
from
spice
across
rack.
the Orient?
Mm-hmm. And he's going to find that out, and he's going to report back to me.
So as of yet, unknown.
Yes, and once he does that, I'm going to send that information to Hyundai, and they're going to give me a $5,000 rebate. On
nice.
my Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid.
That's the offer they're putting out right now. If you can figure out why your car is so pleasurable, we'll give you a $5,000 rebate.
Exactly. So yeah, that's where he is this week.
And which trim model is it? The trim of the model?
Calligraphy.
The calligraphy. Wow, the fanciest type of writing and the fanciest type of Santa Fe from Hyundai.
Yeah. Well, that takes care of all of our housekeeping, and now we get to introduce our very special guest.
Now we get to the juice of the fruit. That was the rind, and here it comes. We're squeezing it because this week I keep looking towards sort of middle distance of nothing. There's no camera over there.
The Randleman Skycam is up there.
Skycam's over there. I interrupted myself and have no idea what I was saying. Tom, take it away.
We're proud to announce our guest for this week.
Yes.
Another heterodox thinker from the fringes.
Outside of the mainstream.
Exactly.
Unsupported by big money. Unsupported by big library, as you'll come to find.
Yes, big library. Supported exclusively by patrons of the highest minds, similar to our citizen soldiers.
Our dear friend, Professor
Meaghan Strickland. Welcome, Meaghan.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me.
Thanks for laughing.
Thanks for laughing all these years.
Yeah, thanks for laughing all these years. Can you tell us?
From me and the rest of the Chicago comedy community, expats would like to thank you for laughing all these years. You've been one of the best laughers we've ever had.
Really? Yeah,
and comedy communities, they're always raising up the most deviant psychopaths and deranged narcissists. But I think we need to be raising up our best laughers as well.
Some of the voices from the dark.
I'd say I'm sitting some of the voices from the dark. And now, the 2026 Voices from the Dark Award. Well, I'm sitting next to two of probably the most consistent recipients of that, probably outside of myself.
Yes. Yep. 100%.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, great to have you here, Meaghan.
It's great to be here. And I'm really just happy to have the chance to talk about this cause, which is so near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about your area of study?
Of course. Sort of very broadly, my area of study is reading.
Okay.
And really how to get people reading more. The powers that be, of course, this will be no surprise to you two gentlemen, but they don't really want us reading.
No.
They want to keep us not reading, and they want to keep us dumb. And dumb is actually an acronym.
Oh.
Can you guys guess what it stands for?
Let's see.
I forget, so I was going to see if you guys could remember.
Guess, don't undermine my baby.
You got it. You got it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's sort of it's an unrelated acronym, but it is an acronym.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just have acronyms to have fun.
And if you find any other acronyms in what we're speaking about today, let us know.
I'm always on the lookout.
If you ferret any of them out.
Well, it's one of the key hallmarks of heterodox thinking is the ability to recognize and name an acronym when you see one in the wild.
And I would say, or just name sort of unconnected patterns and just sort of what to other people would be chaos and noise and otherwise known as coincidence. You might see patterns and conspiracy.
Dumb. D starts with D, the fourth letter of the alphabet. 4 plus U. U is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. 4 plus 22 is 26. 26 aligns with 1826, the year of the Haymarket Rebellion.
Yep, right. They got them
That
at
type
Haymarket.
of thing. Yeah.
And there's even a little numerology in there,
Yeah.
which is good.
And you have to do a little bit, slight bit of public math.
Yeah, public
The
math.
lightest public math.
Yeah, the lightest.
So
lightest and slightest.
So we're talking about how to optimize and how to fix reading today.
Yeah. It needs a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done.
Would you say reading's in maybe last place as far as ways to spend your entertainment time, your leisure time?
Yes.
Really? Last place?
Last place, yeah, I'd say.
What's one rung above reading?
Although a little bit of a technicality, if you are reading in a carousel, an infographic that is a carousel, that counts as one book. So that does.
And those are up to like 20 right now.
Yeah.
20 infographics can be in one carousel on Instagram.com.
Yes. So, well, I'm just meaning any carousel of infographics. If there's more than one, if there's multiple infographics in a carousel, two is a pamphlet, but any more than two is a book.
Wow.
So that does, in terms of like where reading falls, that does affect. You know what I mean? Because that is counting as a book. That is counting as reading.
And what if you were to go to, say, the shopping mall, maybe a nice shopping mall or a public park?
Sounds so fun.
Right. So and then you get on the
shopping mall, not the park. I like to be around commerce.
Well, yeah. Oh, incredible. Thank you. Me too.
Okay.
But you get on a carousel with maybe some horses, some giraffes, some animals on it. And you're going around and around, and you're looking at an Instagram image carousel.
Does that count as a book?
What is that? Is that multiplicative?
I don't know what the word multiplicative means.
Well, just sort of sound it out and see how it feels to you.
Multiplicative. So does it apply in multiple ways?
Sure.
So yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'd say submit.
Oh.
If anyone is doing some sort of, if they're taking in media and they're not sure if it's reading or not, you can always submit via my website.
Okay.
And we'll determine.
Via your website, we can find out whether or not we're reading.
Whether or not it counts as what you're reading as a book.
And what's the website?
Yeah. Traditional beginning.
Okay.
I shouldn't have even said it because it is traditional.
There's one more W. You're missing. Actually, traditionally, there's a third W.
I'm so sorry. It is just WW.
Yeah, so I think you're unique
because it's efficient. I'm all about efficiency, by the way. And when it comes to reading, I'm all about quantity over quality.
Yes.
We want to be getting. I don't care. I don't care what you've read. I don't care who you've read. I care about how much you've read.
Excellent.
And always it's measured in books. I don't know how important that is, but anyways, yeah, my website is
www.iswhatiamdoing.reading.com. Then our citizen soldiers can go to that website and essentially, is it just a loose fill out the form or submit an image of what they read?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There's a place where you can upload files, video or JPEG. It accepts JPEG and .png as well, I think.
Okay. And if you're a listener and you're finding out that domain name isn't currently available, don't buy it. Don't buy it because something happened in the finances likely, and we just got to get back. Megan's got to get back up online.
Talk about being doxxed. I am under some sort of attack where every night my website is somehow being made publicly available again.
Everybody gets one unique chance.
Yeah, so I'm trying to I'm rebuying the domain on a daily basis, or my assistant is.
And so the site will tell you what you're reading, how many books that equates to.
Exactly.
That's a valuable public service.
What we call your book number.
Book number. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
People are always saying, "What's your body count?" That's a question that people are asking a lot.
Always asking.
Constantly, like parents, grandparents. But my website will provide you with your book number, which is, I would argue, more important.
And I think that's a really important thought, Professor, because so many kids today, grandparents, parents are asking, what's your body count, when we should be on the street asking each other, what's your book count?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be on the street specifically.
Yes.
And it's
asking what your book count is.
And if you might be one of these people who I've read one really difficult book. I read Moby Dick. Well, that doesn't count as more books. That's not
exactly
more. That book is not weighted any more than the
Sweet Valley High.
Sweet Valley High, which is a series.
It's a young adult series. It's a young adult book.
Okay, so they're getting kind of sexy in there.
Lesser in any way. I'm not sure.
Is young adult where they're getting kind of a little bit like the kids are getting like?
I would say young adult. You're saying young adult specifically means kids are getting sexy? I don't know if that's
maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I think young adult.
I'm thinking romance.
I'll defer to our expert on this.
No, like Twilight's like horny teens. That's young adult.
Yeah, it's young adult. Yeah, books, novels. Yeah.
By the way, if you watch a movie that is also a book, that does count as one book.
Oh,
okay.
So in your studies at your institute, you have found that movies can count as books.
We found that.
That's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
What's the institute called?
My institute that I founded.
Did you already say
I almost was going to tell you my website again. but it's different. The institute is www.
Okay, hold on. This seems quite similar so far.
The Institute of Reading. The Institute of Higher Reading.
Okay.
.com.
And that's not a website.
It's not well, it's also a website, but we thought let's name it the website. That way people can see the name on the building, and then they also know where to find us online.
Yes, they already know the
optimization.
Search optimization. So much in our culture is trying to prevent us from reading.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the work we do is to try to help people push through those things. Okay. So a great example of this is a lot of books have introductions. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes these introductions are quite dense.
Kind of pre-reading.
They're pre-reading. They a lot of times you're reading the introduction and you find yourself doubting your ability to even read. You're reading they're denser. They tend to be more academic.
Kind of picking apart the thing you're about to read.
Yes, and this is actually this is kind of the introduction is the last line of defense that the powers that be have used to try to get us to not read.
Oh, got it.
And what I advise my students, go ahead.
Well, you're saying it's the last line of defense because by this point,
you're so close to reading.
You're so close to reading.
And they're throwing out all the stops.
And they're saying one last thing I can do is what if I got Harold Bloom to write 45 pages about the novel you're about to read?
Exactly. And you're going to be sweating your way through that, and you're still not getting to the book, which is the important part.
Yeah.
So I advise my students, you never read the introduction.
I follow that every time I see one.
Yes, I love that advice. That's excellent advice. Skip it.
And if I do read it, it's well after I've read the book, and only if I really enjoyed the book, and then I'm like, let's see what they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's the thing I hate about introductions is they're usually written by the author's friend, and the author's friend is like, now here's the thing you got to know about this author and his book, and you're like, no, I don't want to know about that.
The book is what I want to know about the book.
I don't want to know the author's friend's opinion on the book.
This is like movie introductions as well, which I know is books, so movie introductions and book introductions might be the same thing.
Well, we've only so far proven that if a movie has already been a book, then that movie is also a book.
I see.
If the movie is not yet it does not exist as a book yet, it cannot be counted as a book.
Okay, movies of books are books.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha.
Important insight.
What up plays of books? Does that exist? Has anybody ever done that?
Someone has adapted a book into a play.
Yeah.
Sure. That happens.
Sure.
Happens almost every day.
Oh, wow. Way more than I thought.
What they're doing at your institute is taking books
and
turning them into plays.
We do have a lot of people working on that because plays are a much faster read, but it still counts as a book. Mm-hmm. So we're doing a lot of we're doing Moby Book. We call it Moby Book.
Moby Book.
And so that's
we're taking Moby Book and we're making it Moby Play.
And this is about the musical artist Moby.
Yes. Sorry, did I say whale? He's a whale. He is a whale. He is sort of in the music. He's a music industry giant, aka whale. Moby.
This is interesting. Incredibly insightful. It sounds like you guys are doing some important work at your institute. That's just one of the many things.
We're busy.
We're busy and we're tired. We don't have enough coffee machines.
Can I ask what keeps you going? Why fight the fight?
Passion.
Right. For what?
Get their book counts higher.
Well, how come though? Why?
That they can not be dumb.
It's to keep people from being dumb.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Reading books makes you the opposite of dumb.
Which is?
Smart.
Another acronym.
Oh.
Smart.
And Tom, do you know what that one stands for? I don't.
Let me see. Seemingly mastering arithmetic, reading, and time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
So reading makes you
mastering
smart.
arithmetic, reading, and time. Smart.
Wow.
Yeah, because all that matters is appearances. Okay, there's a common phrase. I'm sure you guys have heard it. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
I have heard that.
We take that to mean, I think a lot of people in our society take that to mean, don't judge something by its appearance.
We do take it to mean that.
Okay.
Yeah, generally.
Well, and that's actually wrong because it's actually fine to judge something by its appearance. That's a great... It's
good to do that.
First of all, it's quick. It takes a second to judge somebody by their appearance.
It's almost the fastest way to judge somebody.
Yes, so that is actually A-okay. But the phrase "don't judge a book by a cover" it actually came about from the reader community, which I myself am a part of, and it's been sort of bastardized. But it really just means don't spend any time reading the cover.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be
Don't
spending any
read the
time.
cover.
Yeah, don't read the cover.
Judge it by the cover. Don't read the cover.
You can judge it by how it look. You can judge anyone or anything by how it looks, of course.
Pretty, ugly,
Precisely.
fat, stupid, lame, bad clothes,
Right.
smelly.
Yeah.
I guess it's not a look.
There's a lot of comorbidities there. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's what came to mind.
You're also working on your doctorate in doctoring,
I am working on. I'm trying to become a doctor.
medical doctor.
But that's just because I haven't been able to find a doctor that can actually cure me of my very specific physical ailments. So I'm going to have to.
I like that.
I'm not sure if I like it, but that's what I have
You're
to do.
DIYing it. You're taking
Yeah.
the power back into your own hands.
DIY, another acronym.
Yeah, for do it yourself.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's how you know that, I am smart, because we know the acronyms.
You knew
I
that
know
one
the
faster
acronyms.
than any of the others.
Yeah, I know DIY. I know smart.
Yeah.
I
Dumb,
thought it
don't
might be
undermine
damn
my
I'm
baby.
young.
You got to DIY before you
You forgot how to spell
IE.
die.
Well, it feels like it should be DYE, doesn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
There's another
there's
one.
another one.
Would you be surprised to find out?
When you're reading,
Yes.
okay, you both are big readers.
Yes.
You come across if you're reading a fantasy, I feel like you might read a lot of fantasy.
I have a fantasy novel holding down the curtains above my bed to keep the sunlight from waking me up. So yes.
Okay, that counts as reading. If you're using any books in your house as sort of furniture or as
They're fixing the furniture.
they're fixing the furniture, they're helping, that counts as that goes towards your book count.
Because
Nice.
you have found that type of knowledge it's like osmotic in a way, and that like having the book around, similar to, I don't know
Yes.
if our citizen soldiers can see, but Griffin has a bunch of books on a shelf. We are osmotically absorbing the
Yes.
information from those books, even if we aren't reading them.
Exactly.
So I could count those as
Right now, Tom, you are reading Is This Anything by Jerry Seinfeld,
oh, perfect, wonderful.
as well as
The Creative Act by Rick Rubin.
the creative. You're absorbing everything that those two masters have to say about.
and I can feel that
their
sort
craft.
of
And you as
influencing
well.
our conversation.
Wow.
And I'm thinking a lot of the stuff that Jerry is saying, I'm thinking, yep, that's something.
That is something, man.
Yeah.
You should say that on stage.
You got that guy. Has he? I know he's written the book, but has he been on stage? He'd be great on stage, I think.
You wouldn't
Mr.
believe it.
Seinfeld.
The
You
author,
wouldn't
Jerry
believe it.
Feinstein. Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it.
If
The
all
author,
you've done
Jerry
is read
Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld's book,
You're gonna-
yeah.
You're gonna love to hear how he is on stage.
Yeah.
And if all you've done is seen him on stage and read his books, you're gonna maybe hate how he is on television interviews.
Oh, yeah.
But you should check him out.
I'm interested in checking
Yeah,
him out. I
he's-
am very busy at the Institute, but
Right.
He really does go beyond his page, Is that a saying that you guys
It seemed like that
have?
was a saying he thought everybody knew.
yeah, he goes beyond his page.
I like it. I like
that's,
it. Yeah.
I've recommended several of my students when I'm writing their yearly recommendations letter. I say she goes well beyond her page.
That's such a good
That is
phrase.
Yeah.
I would hire someone if I got a letter of recommendation and it said that, I'd hire them.
Because it implies everybody gets but one page. Yet she has gone beyond it. I like that.
She's gone
Where
beyond
were
her
we?
page.
What were we talking about?
Well, you were talking about osmotic reading,
Yes.
which
Yeah,
is a
that's
big.
another
That's a
form.
great way to get your book count up.
I mean, this might seem a bit daffy, a bit silly here, but what about reading the text of a book?
Reading the text of a book.
Does that count as reading the book?
Reading the text of a book. So
Like looking at the text of a book.
with kind of a soft gaze, like an
I'd say looking
unfocused
at
gaze.
it, and then you're like you're
Okay.
you're focused on it.
Okay.
And you see the words,
Oh,
and you're comprehending the word after word, and you're kind of putting them together in sentences and
That
paragraphs. and such.
counts, but that's not necessary.
Oh,
But that
wow.
does count.
That does count.
I say you can either do that type of reading, but you can also just open the book and you can do sort of a soft gaze, sort of not focusing on anything,
Thinking about things in the
thinking about
Past and future.
romantic mistakes, anything. 15 to 20 seconds, sort of that soft gaze. Then you can turn the page.
Oh, that's interesting.
Doing this type of linear reading that you're talking about, it's not necessary, but it's definitely a way to get your book count up.
okay, you can do that, but it's sort
Yeah.
of baseline maybe. ho-hum.
I've heard of a similar technique of reading to get your book count up called dharmic reading, and it's kind of like it's soft gazing at the page.
Yes,
it's like a meditative type of reading
yes.
where you mainly just sit with the page for 15 or 20 seconds, allow the thoughts, allow the ideas of the page to kind of pass through your mind, and then you move on to the next page.
Yeah, there's no need to dominate. In other words,
exactly
the sort of linear reading that you're talking about. It's very sort of, I'm thinking colonizer. You're colonizing the book.
Interesting.
In a way.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Let the book come to you as well as you go to it. Sorry, I was just thinking about something that happened. I laughed for a second, not based on this, based on something that happened earlier.
Based on something that happened
Just in your
earlier to you in your life.
Yeah, there's a mix-up at the coffee shop this morning. It was funny.
What was it?
They got my name way wrong.
What'd they say? Meaghan?
Yep. It was hilarious. I was like, how did they even think of that?
And that just kind of distracted you.
Yeah,
it was so good.
so
It distracted you
funny.
from the conversation we're having right now.
Yeah.
You might say you were rereading that conversation.
Oh, I'm so glad you said rereading because we've.
Me too. Just so I can kind of keep us circling around the theme vaguely, at the very least.
Well, okay, we've all heard the phrase "all reading is rereading."
Sure.
It's meaning people are trying to say you've got to reread a book to have really read it. That's coming from once again the powers that be that don't want us reading, because rereading, that's not reading.
Yeah,
that's not getting your book count up because you've already read that book.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I advise my students and really anyone to not do any reading, any rereading at all. Even if you're reading and you sort of realize, oh, I've been distracted. I've been thinking about a romantic mistake, and I didn't take that in. Don't go back. It doesn't matter.
You've already read the page.
Push forward. You've already read. There's
Quantity,
no need to go
not
back.
Quality. Rereading is quality.
Rereading is. I wouldn't even dignify it with quality. Rereading is a waste of time.
Okay.
Sorry.
I know you're a hardliner on the issue.
On this one.
Wow, yeah. You are very strict.
Rereading is not reading. Rereading is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I felt like you wanted to say a slur.
It's like
it felt like you were going to say a sort of a slur about that I don't even know about that
Believe
exists.
me, I wouldn't. Of course, like anyone, I have a huge desire to say slurs.
A rereader. Yeah.
Would rereader itself be a slur in your circle?
It would be a playground taunt.
but not
a slur.
Okay, well, maybe we'll find what approaches.
I don't know if you can invent new slurs.
You certainly can.
You're
They're invented all the time.
I thought they were sort of
set in stone.
Set in stone, yeah.
No, there's not.
Passed
but
on.
the few there's like the majors, and you can.
We're talking baseball.
We're talking about so in baseball there's
baseball slurs.
There's baseball slurs.
Would be.
You're thinking maybe of like big racial slurs or ethnic group slurs, and I'm telling you that there's other types of slurs out there.
Like when you slur based on consuming alcohol, you start to slur.
Exactly. Or in this instance, you might say calling somebody a rereader. I know you just said it's a playground taunt, but were it to rise to the level of viciousness of a slur, you could say that is a slur. You're slurring somebody's reputation.
Yes. And that's where it comes from.
Thing they're being. That's the connotation there.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
So I'm just inviting you. Maybe we'll find some other incredible slurs.
Yeah, that's another. So right now we've got sort of our eye out for acronyms as well as slurs.
New slurs.
That would be a good album name.
There's that. I was going to say there's that song "New Slang" by what's it called?
Maybe
New Slang. Oh, come on. The Shins.
Yes.
The Shins.
It's in
okay.
New slurs.
I have a question. For you,
okay.
Sure, let's
Professor
get off that
Meaghan,
as quickly as possible.
Well, no. I was going to ask you with the music now. Do songs, if movies based on books,
I was hoping
count
we were
going to
get into this.
How many songs counts as a book? Because there are some songs that you read the lyrics to, and you're reading it, and it's just like hot, hey, my, rock and roll will never die. You're like, okay, I get this.
Yes,
but there are more complex songs where you're reading them, where it does feel like it's a book. So can songs count as books?
Quick answer. Yes. Long
Incredible.
answer. Long
That's
answer.
Huge. My number just went way up.
I would love for you to stop by the Institute because this is one of the things that we're really, really putting a lot of our effort into right now. Because the quick answer is we would think of an album. If you're reading the lyrics of an album, that's a book. But then we're talking about these more complex songs like, can a long poem be a book? Can a long song be a book? And we're finding more and more that the answer to that question is yes.
Through your research,
Incredible.
you're finding
through
that.
our research. Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
And we use beakers and stuff like that. It's not
Bunsen burners.
Yeah, you would
hot plates.
Hot plates.
All
Well,
the-
for
it's-
snacks.
Yeah, well, you have to stay fed.
Yeah.
You're burning the midnight oil
Yeah.
at the Institute for Higher Reading. At the
www. No,
Institute,
yes. I'm sorry, you actually had it. I didn't mean to
Institute for
correct
Higher
you.
Reading.com.
Yep.
Yes. Not to be confused with the website for book count, which is www.iswhatimdoingconsideredreading.com.
Is what I'm doing reading, but I like
Is what
the
I'm doing
Considered
reading.
is
I
kind of
like
fun.
considered though,
That's a good word.
because then you get a
Well,
little
we
bit
could-
more reading in when you're looking at it.
You could buy that domain name just in case anybody thinks to go to that as well.
Right.
Because that's what you want to do when you're buying domain names is buy up all the similar domains that people could possibly take
That's
from
very
you.
smart.
So they don't scoop you.
Yeah.
You have about
Right.
1 week to do that before this episode airs.
Okay, good. Good. I have some time tomorrow
So
to dedicate to.
you have a-
film
you have a-
buying.
songs, well, I was just going to
Let's
say,
hear it.
so songs can be books.
Songs can be books.
Can music videos be books?
Pop-up videos. Do you remember pop-up videos? Phenomenon.
Yes, I do.
It's not a phenomenon
I
necessarily.
like them. They let you into the creative life of the behind the scenes, rather, of
The song.
the song.
Yeah, and
And the
sometimes they
video.
just write both.
Yeah, and it makes a fun little sound.
Yes, those are books. Music video. The science is still out. We're not sure.
But pop-up video, yes, books.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, that's what I wanted to. We were kind of talking about. This is just. I have a lot of tips and tricks. I have a lot of ticks. That's separate. That's
Yes.
private.
But we're watching
some
that.
of the physical
Yeah.
ailments
Some of
you
them
were
will-
talking
yeah.
about earlier.
YouTube.
Why you're becoming your own doctor, so you can fix your ticks.
Fix some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
YouTube viewers might find a couple. And if you find any of Megan's ticks on YouTube.com, let us know in the comments.
Right. Yeah. Write them in the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
And write in the
And
comments.
maybe this is
And,
one.
and for me and Griffin too. I'm sure we have some ticks.
if anybody's watching them consistently, they know exactly what they are. One of mine for sure is how much I fuck with these chords.
Oh.
I can't sit still.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean,
that's
they're
one.
so tempting.
well, they just kind of do this all the
Yeah.
time.
The cat. Now the cat's
The
interested.
cat likes that.
I like to provide my students with a lot of like tips and tricks to how to get more reading in
Mm-hmm.
to get your book count up. And a lot of times, if we're saying reading a fantasy book, you come across a name that seems like it's going to be difficult to pronounce, like you can't pronounce it.
A lot of crazy letters together.
Yeah.
We're not going to want to waste, and this probably is going to seem so obvious to you guys. You're not going to want to waste any time trying to figure out how would I pronounce it. What you do is you just mumble a little something in your head. And then every time you come to that character name, you just kind of do the same mumble.
Gimli.
Ghibli. Yeah, whatever.
Gimli.
And that's going to get you through that even faster.
That's an excellent tip.
Zazimuff.
Yeah, Zazimuff.
Yeah, and that's almost too articulated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's too much of a
Yeah.
stab at a name.
Interesting.
That's one of my least favorite things
Zazimuff is
about
kinda
reading
fun.
is coming to a word or a name that I don't know how to pronounce, and I just want to get through the book as fast as possible. I don't want to learn how to pronounce the name. I don't want to find out what the word means.
Yes.
So knowing that I can just plow straight through that, knowing that little trick of just being Zazimuff.
Yeah,
I have a thought. I have an idea. I have a question.
Okay.
3 separate.
Well, it's maybe all
One thought,
together.
one idea, one question.
It's all together. It's all
That is
together.
one of the things I like to play with my students. Let's play thought idea question.
They come to you for office hours. They're kind of like nervous about the the test coming up, and
Professor,
you let's play thought idea question.
Professor, you assigned us over 1,000 pages of reading for the reading final, and you say, "Well, I don't worry about the reading final.
Face
Let's
me in
play
another
thought idea
game.
question."
Face off in thought idea question.
I think a good way to prepare for this reading final is by playing thought idea question.
And it's a competitive, versus game. I don't know how you would say that. A versus
It's
game.
definitely a versus game. Yeah, it's versus. A lot of things are versus. A lot of things are not versus.
A lot of things are not versus. A lot of things are
Solo, skiing.
cooperative.
Skiing.
Well, skiing
Or
is,
Marriage, that's not a versus.
well,
versus.
some it is versus.
yeah, that's very true.
That's
I think
political.
relationships are competitive. They're by nature. You're meant to be in competition with a partner, but that is just that's separate from my work at the institute.
More of your romantic mistakes. That's
That's
you're
kind of
thinking about a romantic mistake.
You had a thought idea question,
which was, well, if you were to read a book and come upon a word that you didn't understand, recognize, looking it up, does that not count as another book.
Yeah, that's an excellent
That's
question.
Because
very
I'm cracking
interesting.
open likely another book, or I'm going at this day and age. I'm probably going to Wikipedia.com.
Or
What's the definition
Webster's.
of this?
You're getting your
Webster's.com.
definitions from Wikipedia.
Well,
so you're getting the whole
Wiktionary.
historical context of the
Yeah,
word. Not
well,
only.
yeah. Sometimes
okay,
I
yeah.
don't know where'd that come from.
Yes.
Whew, that's a doozy of a word. Where'd that come from? I say that sometimes. So does that count as bonus reading? That's extracurricular.
There's actually a rift in the community
Okay.
based on this very question. You've happened upon a pretty hot button issue.
Tom, our first rift.
We found a rift. Well, that's something we often do in our own conversations, our own really important conversations. So it's not surprising to me that
true.
we found a rift in
Your
the world of reading.
Your RICs, your really important conversations. RICs.
Yeah,
Conversation.
excellent acronym.
I saw an
Excellent
opportunity
acronym,
there. I
RICs.
had to jump
Wow,
on
you
it.
created one. What's the rift?
Initially, my teaching would be: you don't know a word, you're never wasting time looking it up.
Don't do it.
That's we've been taught to maybe do that by people that want us to read less, by people that are trying to keep us down.
Mm-hmm.
But there is, as you mentioned, there's a big subset of our Now what is this? I've noticed this is running around a bit.
This is Foot. This is a Foot, and she was getting in the plant again.
Oh, that's not
Sorry
allowed.
to interrupt.
No. But some people are saying, but then wouldn't you just be upping your book count by looking the book up as you suggest? So there's a bit of a
Two sides of that debate.
there's a verse.
Yeah.
There's a verse
There's a
happening
verse
there.
going on there.
So-
and are there any sort of names that they might call one another on either side of that? Like the people who think
Like
one
a rereader.
Yeah, like that.
Yes, there are names that they call each other.
Do any?
They are people would. So the people that don't look up the words are called speeders.
Oh,
And that's a good thing because we
I'm a
want to be
speeder
yeah
for
yeah
sure.
we want to
Oh.
be speeding.
but
We
to
want
the
to be
people who
speeding.
don't. Okay, and what?
And then the people that are looking it up are called annoying. That's what they're just. I mean, it's not clever or fun to say. But
Yeah, but that's maybe all the more bitter because we didn't even take the time to come up with something.
with a good name.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds to me like a slur.
Yeah, if someone said you're a
Annoying.
rereader and you're annoying in the reading community, I
Speed-
know exactly
No,
what
what was
that
it,
means. That's two
speeder?
strikes against you.
A speeder,
A
which is
speeder sounds like-
that's the
myself.
highest,
If I'm a-
has the highest compliment.
If
Really.
if I'm an annoying, I might find a speeder. I might use that as a slur. I might say, "Ugh, you're a speeder."
Yeah.
You
Okay. I
you
can see it being.
fucking
I mean, you could say
piece of shit
you're a
speeder."
supermodel. I mean, you can make anything sound bad.
Yeah.
Based
Yes.
on the way you say it.
This is my point from earlier.
I like.
You like that? You can
Yeah, I
use
like
words
that.
for evil as much as you like.
You can use words for evil. That's a nice thing about words.
I think maybe if not to dip into the merch corner, but we might dip into the merch corner with you can use words as evil as much as you like. Really important thinking with Tom and Griffin. Sort of a t-shirt idea.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, it's sort of like the pen is mightier than the sword, but it's like a little bit of a longer form take on that.
I guess you're
which I
right.
like, which counts as more towards a book.
Well, so maybe that shirt is a book.
A lot of shirts can be books.
Yeah.
Bumper stickers then. Sorry to jump ahead.
Bumper
No,
stickers.
but that's excellent. I mean, I feel like sometimes
Jump ahead.
just
Sorry to
walk-
jump way ahead. Jumped all the way to bumper stickers,
all
but
the way ahead.
would those be considered books?
Bumper stickers? Yeah.
I do think that raises an interesting point because it's something about reading is that sometimes you just can't stop doing it. Once you
Yes.
learn to read, we're forced to go out in the world and we're forced to read everything in order to make progress and do the things that we need to do on a daily basis. And even something as simple as going to a shopping mall, you're forced to read the logos, the sayings on everyone's
prices,
shirts, the prices,
The labels.
yeah, like how does that affect or build our overall knowledge from your standpoint and your institute's standpoint?
This sort of scale is being worked on right now, so I don't have the answers. But it's like a trip to the shopping mall or a shopping mall. How many books does that equal? We don't know yet. We're really interested to find out because that's going to be valuable.
That's the type of thing that we need our citizen soldiers to contribute to. That's a type of research that is unfunded by the federal government,
Yeah.
by the state government, by really any big publishing, really any institute any traditional media institute, any traditional structure.
They're not funding this kind of research.
They're not funding that
and it's
research.
Integral. It's integral.
And it's integral because we say that we're in an educational crisis, but how can we say we're in an educational crisis when we don't even know how many books a trip to the shopping mall equals?
Yeah. How many books a trip to the doctor equals?
Yeah.
How many
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
How many just driving around reading billboards?
Yeah.
The
How much
airport.
uncredited reading goes on? You're reading billboards. You're reading
Yes.
billboards. Wow. That's not going towards a book count when it could be
Yes.
if we had the funding.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
You
so
said
much.
something about airports.
Oh, I just said a trip to the airport. Going through the airport,
Right.
you're reading. There's so many T-shirts, so many book spines, so many books, candy, lots of stuff you said there. I thought that a lot of your mission was going to be encouraging people to find new ways to engage with reading, engage with texts. But it seems like most of your work is finding
Is quantifying.
novel ways to kind of fudge the accounting so that the number of books goes up. And I think that's so innovative. I never would have expected that.
This is really an innovative way of thinking about reading,
Is
Professor.
what if we just defined more things as reading?
Yeah.
Or discovered that they were.
Yeah, it really is quite innovative, and
'Cause
it's
the numbers
been
going up. The
groundbreaking
numbers-
for me to hear it, to say that it's really so important to just the number of books that I've read over the course of my life has just been astounding. I
And
mean,
it's gone up in this conversation alone, we found out.
It's going to continue to go up. The more research that we're able to do, the more that number is
So it's not
go up.
about what we read. It's about how much we fund your institution to get you guys to do more of this
Yes.
important research.
Yes.
We're not so
Because-
far behind.
Because people feel good. People feel good when they're like, I've read 15 books
It
this
feels
year.
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah, that and
15?
why not give that? Yeah,
That's a
and
book a month,
very
and then a
low.
couple of those months you
I mean,
read
that's
it.
very
low.
low.
That's low.
That's incredibly low.
Based
in
on
my
our
opinion.
research, there's way more books that you can find that you have actually read in a year.
I guess I'm trapped in traditional thinking here because I'm like 2 books a year is what I'm doing right now, and I feel so bad.
But you're doing kind of the linear.
I'm thinking about
Linear reading.
We call it linear reading. That's
we
what
call
that's
it.
the, that's the
We call it
nomenclature.
left to right or linear reading. Yeah,
Right, left to right or
Right.
linear reading.
Yeah,
Right to
left to right.
You said
left to right.
Okay,
I
Left
maybe
to right.
accidentally said right to left at first due
and
to
some
one of
cultures
my
are going that way.
issues.
Oh,
Some cultures do that. Yeah, of course.
does that?
That brings up another interesting point is in your institute, do you find that foreign students, have the same take? Like, is this type of thinking accepted by cultures, say, like the Chinese or,
Yes.
Eastern cultures?
yes, Chinese or Eastern cultures.
or Eastern cultures. Yes,
They accept it.
Absolutely,
They
they
accept
accept
it.
it.
Incredible.
I mean, they accept it with enthusiasm.
Have you thought about going overseas for fun?
Enthusiasm. Have I thought about going
So
overseas
hold on one
on
second.
vacation?
Did you want another go at that word?
No,
Okay, I was just making sure. 'cause
Speeder.
It seemed like
She's a speeder.
I'm a speeder.
Oh, nice.
People
Two
knew what I meant.
speeders. I'm definitely a speeder. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
people
I'm
know what you
I'm
mean,
kind of an annoying.
you don't have to say it again. Griffin,
Yeah.
Griffin's
I'm an annoying.
It's
Look,
okay.
I own it as part of the community. I own it and I celebrate it.
I
Is-
think that's good. It takes both sides.
Professor, is there a question is there a question? Is there a name?
Oh, I thought you wanted
No.
to play thought question.
Oh, we still haven't played. What was it? Thought question idea?
Thought question
idea.
We
idea.
still haven't played, and it is a versus.
We know that much.
Is there a name for people, myself included, who not only speed through a word, but if you see a word you don't know and you say, I don't know this word, and not only am I going to speed through it, I'm going to make up a meaning for it
Yes.
in my head.
Oh, right. So then you don't look it up.
Well, guess
So,
what? That
for the speeders
that
in there.
actually makes you an author.
My God.
When you start defining words for yourself, you've now become an author, which is a very powerful thing to be.
That's incredibly powerful.
You're a creator.
You're creating. Yeah. You're a god. You're godlike.
I don't know if I've ever defined a word for myself. I must have at some point. Maybe in my youth. My more wild and ranting youth.
Take for example the word fuselage. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You look at the word fuselage, you hear the word fuselage, and you say, oh, that's a place where you store fuel.
Yes.
You know?
It's
You
a
know what?
lodge.
It's a lodge for fuel. That's what it means to me.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
where the dictionary would have you, it would defines it as like the place in the plane where everyone sits. That's the fuselage.
And no, it's not.
Right.
But I cruise through it. I say, oh, fuselage. That's where I'm going to put fuel.
Lodge, the fuel.
fuselages.
Another word like that, peon. Peon, you've heard this.
Oh, that's somebody who's worth
I'm
pissing
reading
upon.
it. Yes, I'm thinking that, which is that.
Oh, that might be what it is.
That maybe is what it is. So sometimes it lines up.
Sorry.
Your definition of
What-
it
what are you
and
thinking?
the real definition. No, just that.
What was that? You
Well,
had the
there's
same.
a slight intricacy in the definition of peon, which is just like, oh, you're, kind of an underling, and like a peon is like, you're someone I would pee on. And I was just like, I don't respect you, or maybe I do respect you so much that I would
right.
pee on
Oh,
you.
it can be a compliment
It
as
can
well.
be a compliment,
Oh, right.
because you
I
can
didn't even consider
define
that.
the words, whether they're good or they're bad for you, too.
And does that kind of split the word? So then it's making more. So then if you have defined the word for yourself and the word already has a definition, you've then read two words. If you're reading that one word, it's like you're reading two words. Do you see how it
What if
sort
you're
of
not
multiplies?
cognizant of the original definition?
Doesn't matter.
Huh. That's 2 words to you.
It's two words.
How would you ever know that you've read the 2 words?
It doesn't matter, but it's just good.
It's good.
It's good to know. It's
good for you.
It's good. It ups your book count.
Through the research you found, it's healthy.
Are you guys worried at all about? Are you thinking, okay, does it matter how your book count matches with someone that you're in a relationship with? Do you have to have similar book counts?
I have. Yeah, I think
That's a
about
great
that.
question.
Is that
I
something
think
that
I generally
concerns
think
you?
I want them to be equal to one another.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because, okay, so do you know the movie Her? Oh,
Sorry,
Foot's
Foot's playing with a plant.
this is...
Sorry, the movie Her.
movie Her.
Her. Sort of, you remember what happens at the end of the movie Her? The
It's okay. You keep
Hey,
talking. I'll
Foot.
take care of her.
oh, she's so cute. At the end of the movie Her, the chat GPT woman or whatever you want to kind of call her,
Yes.
she sort of goes away to sort of talk to she gets sort of bored by the conversation with the guy,
I don't remember.
right? She sort of zooms away to talk with the other computers.
She gets tired of Joaquin Phoenix.
And I use that as an example in my classes. It's like, that's the kind of thing that can happen if you are not really keeping an eye on keeping your book count the same as your partner. Because your partner
Yeah.
might get intellectually bored, and they might zoom away to talk to the people with similar book counts.
I'm just on a different wavelength than you, Brad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just
something.
I'm vibrating at a different frequency. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can keep up anymore.
But the good
This
thing
happened in
is
Flowers with Algernon, or for Algernon, and Flowers with Algernon, which is the
sequel.
prequel. The
Oh,
prequel.
prequel. Sorry, I read it second, so I thought of it.
Oh, I guess it would have been sequel. Yeah, sequel. Yeah, after.
Wait, what happened with
Well,
that? But wait,
I
was
feel
it
like
what?
he got so smart that he kind of couldn't hang out with his old friends anymore.
Right.
And this happens
Wait.
in relationships, right?
It
This is
happens
what
in
we're saying?
relationships. But why was I saying that? There's something there that I wanted to
Oh,
tell you
sorry.
guys.
I interrupted.
No, it doesn't actually matter. Oh, what I'm saying is the research that I'm doing at my institute, it's gonna enable you to get your book count the same as your partner, regardless. We're finding
New
so many
methodology.
ways to get your book count up. So that's something you actually need to worry about. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So
then
we're maintaining relationships.
It's kind of like couples therapy in a weird way of like a couple could come into your institute and say, we're having relationship issues because my book count is higher than, my spouse's or my boyfriend or my girlfriend.
Right, and we're gonna get right to
partner.
work on that.
And you're going to get right to work on that and say, well,
who drove here?
who
Who read the signs?
Exactly.
Wow.
Or did you?
And that can help the people who have read more open up their minds a bit, and the people who maybe do not think they've read as much understand that they're reading all the time.
They're reading books.
I'm just
Now-
seeing a scenario where, like, my girlfriend's, doing linear reading. She's really absorbing a lot of
Okay,
text.
she's going left to right.
And she's going left to right all the time. And I'm just, dumb as a bag of rocks. I'm basically drooling on myself all day, but I drive the car way more than her.
There you go. That's
So technically, babe, we're reading the same. I'm just as smart as you
yes,
because I'm keeping from being dumb.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Wow. One, I can't remember the exact.
Which is don't
Scale.
estimate my baby for anybody who.
Oh yeah, don't
Don't
underestimate
underestimate
my baby.
Sorry,
And
can't
but
really
you're kind
say
of saying, yeah, it's nice to say it about yourself. Sorry.
Do you think? Sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Sorry.
I feel like
sorry.
Is there a gender divide in reading? Because a lot of the general thinking.
A lot of the homodocs.
Yeah, a lot of the homodox thinkers would have you say would be saying that men do not read as much as women because a lot of men can be intimidated by reading by books.
Yeah,
and I think
they're not so phallic.
Well,
books are more
guys like stuff that's very phallic.
They like guys like phallic stuff.
Guys like
tall buildings,
stuff.
Trees, some trees, some
trees.
mushrooms.
If the books are about like architecture, maybe like history, I think guys like to read those.
Yes.
But when it comes to reading other kinds of books, men are more hesitant.
And you think women like to read books?
Them.
Just inherent within this is women like to read books because books more resemble female
like
genitalia
or something.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
I thought
There's
that's
some
what
truth to
maybe
that.
you were getting at. I actually had not had that thought.
Oh,
that's a really important one. I think we all just had together.
Yes, maybe that's why women resonate with books so much, is because they spread open.
Yes.
They're more
folds.
unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why men like swords and guns.
And speaking into mics.
And speaking into microphones. You don't like this so much right now as me and Tom do. I almost said as me do. They've got to come up with a microphone for women. They've got to come up with just a nice vulva-shaped microphone.
Yeah,
maybe a bowl women can talk into.
Now there's a couple good.
A bowl is my first thought of vulva-shaped.
A microphone for women and a book for men.
Yes.
Oh, Tom, that's the name of our first tour.
I think it would get so many more men into reading if there were specific books.
And women into podcasting.
Men love facts. Mm-hmm. That's something a lot of men, you'll observe a lot of male conversation is just an exchange of facts. Mm-hmm. Men have a few facts that they'd like to share with a friend. The friend has some facts that they would like to share back. That's considered a really nice conversation for men.
In male circles, it is.
So what we're trying to do, and we have some billboards, and they're in Los Angeles right now, is we're just saying books are full of facts. Say men, books are full of facts. And we really think that this is going to get men reading because they like facts so very
You're
much.
piloting this in Los Angeles.
We're piloting it in Los Angeles.
You'd say probably that's the highest per capita men not reading.
Is Los Angeles?
Is Los Angeles, California.
I wouldn't even say that. The science is there. The science is back on that.
I don't know what that means.
Science is back on that.
What does that mean?
Meaning that
we got it back
true.
from the lab.
We got it. Okay. And the science says that there are
it's true.
fewer men reading in Los Angeles
you
than
aren't
any
just
other
saying it is what you're communicate.
Yeah.
Wow. That was such an innovative way to say what you were trying to say that I didn't even comprehend it at all.
I get that a lot. Yeah, a lot of my students have trouble with that.
That's okay. You're leagues ahead of them.
Yeah, or behind or beside or who knows.
Oh my gosh.
Right
Are you
above.
reading more than most?
I would say based on what's going on at my institute, based on the science that's coming out of my institute, every day I'm learning that I'm reading more than I thought I was before.
Incredible.
It's reading people's emotions.
Yes.
That's a novella.
I have a question that's maybe it might derail us slightly.
I think we've been so on track.
We've been yearning for that. Well, I didn't want to do it unless if Tom had something burning.
No.
Well, we've been talking quite a lot, and I know that the thrust of your research theories is the quantity of reading. And we've talked quite a lot about the numbers of reading and getting your numbers up. But I feel like there might be some listeners out there who enjoy the quality sometimes. And I know you're saying that's not so important. But I'm interested in, as far as you have ever observed this in yourself, what are maybe some of your favorite books that you've read, some things you enjoy reading? And I guess, backup question is enjoyment even, I guess it's not really part of the point for you. But we've just talked so much about the numbers of books you've read. I'm just interested if there's another angle.
Because you're anti-math.
Well, I'm quite tired of math. I did so much of it in school. I was juggling numbers left, right, and center.
Well, it's interesting. This question is really interesting to me. I almost feel like you've been sent here by my enemies, my detractors.
The question, what's one of your favorite books you've read is very interesting
because
to you.
that's kind of a trap. That's a trap because I'm encouraging people, don't pay attention to the title of the book. That's a waste of your time. You should be reading. You should be getting to chapter 1. Don't pay attention to the author of the book.
Okay.
You should be getting to chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, you should be finishing the book. Also, there's a bit of like ownership there that feels like a very masculine way to read. I know the name of this book. I am owning it for myself.
I like this
I am
author.
sharing that this is the book that I like. It's too ownership based.
Yeah.
We should be allowing books to flow over us and out, and we shouldn't be desperately clinging to them. I know the name of this author, and I know who directed the film. It's like these things don't matter.
Wow.
And trying to cling to this too much is just getting in the way of doing more reading.
What would you say to somebody who it reads purely for enjoyment, to sway them to your viewpoint on reading, your institute's findings?
I would just ask them I would ask them what their book count is and if they're interested in getting that up. And
Wow.
They're
Right there,
always going to
done.
say yes, because the people that I feel like read for pleasure,
Yeah.
read for quality, they're always trying to read more books, but they're so stuck analyzing their own texts.
yeah.
They can't get to the next book.
They want to
Yeah.
know the meaning
mired.
of this.
They're mired in
what
it.
was this character doing?
Yeah.
Oh, the
They're
themes.
mired.
I found a different theme on in the introduction. Oh, I found another theme in the introduction.
Or they're just hung up on the beautiful language. Oh, the aesthetics, the poetry of the text was so. Blah, blah. They
This
hung
is
up on that.
disorder. This is what we would call disordered reading.
That's disordered. reading.
Yeah. And it's like
Pleasurable
you
reading.
think that you're reading, but you're actually it's disordered. It's disordered.
It's disordered.
This is
It's
so interesting.
narcissistic. It's
Yes.
almost masturbatory in a
It
way.
is.
Don't be such a narcissist. Quit trying to understand the book. Move on.
Move on.
Crack open another.
Yes.
It's just so interesting
Yes.
because I feel like we spend so much of our time talking about the virtues of sort of masculinity, masculine lifestyle, sometimes the pitfalls as well. And we're really getting a lot of, be less in this context, be maybe less masculine, be more like the feminine, don't understand the book. It seems to be what you're saying.
And that's feminine.
It seems to be
No, well, I'm actually saying
100%
you
what
don't
you've
have to
just
own
said.
the book. You
Don't
have to own it. You can
it.
allow it to
And
wash over you. You
Yes.
can allow it to become a part of you, but you don't need to be so gripping it and able to be like, this is an author that I like. It's
Right.
like, can't we just enjoy this tree without being like, it's naming it?
We don't
Yes.
know anything
Yes.
about the tree.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Don't have.
Has it been an hour?
I've trapped her right where I want her. She's over here saying that women don't comprehend books and men do, and that's owning them. And we're gonna lock into that, Megan. This is.
Professor, this is what your research says.
I'm
this is.
sorry to invite you here for a gotcha interview, but we got you,
But
babe.
this is what happens on really important thinking. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
always going to be comfortable.
It's not
Right.
always pleasant.
Yeah, it's not. We have to sit in discomfort.
You're a
We
shade of
say-
red I've never seen
Unless
you
you're reading, in
before.
which case you should just not. Oh, that's interesting. We also. Wait, sorry, were you were saying something?
I said you were a shade of red I've never seen you before.
That's not true. You've probably seen me.
a shade
I've
of
seen
red.
you every shade of red.
Yeah.
Shade of reed. I've never.
You've seen me every shade of red. Let me see if I have any more points here.
For the listener, Megan is looking at her phone and furrowing her brow.
Yeah, and see if her students or her pupils have updated the research. If the research has come back yet.
We talked about how we need to be finishing books, not understanding them.
I didn't mean to sort
Professor-
of poke a hole, but I just couldn't see any other conclusion to what you had described.
Footnotes. We didn't get a chance to talk about.
Well,
footnotes.
here we call them footnotes.
Yes.
I'd love to hear what you have to say about footnotes.
Yeah, what
Because that is a part of reading that I'm reading for pleasure. I'm reading for quantity. Almost no matter what, I'm not looking at those footnotes.
Correct.
Research.
Correct.
Research is when I'm looking at footnotes, and that's a bummer.
You should never be looking at footnotes. That's like an introduction. It's as invaluable as an introduction, but it's sprinkled throughout the book. It's literally a foot trying to trip you on your path
Yes.
to finishing
Yes.
the book. You have to avoid it.
That is, I'm going to say, beyond a really important thought, that is an incredible thought. I love
you.
that.
they're called footnotes
Because they're trying to trip you
they're meant to-
from finishing the
from
book.
finishing the book.
Because now, thing on the page.
They're exhausting you. It's hard to follow and figure out where they are.
And it's like, well, why didn't you just make it clear what the book was written for? Understand what you're saying. Now there's extra stuff.
Exactly. Do another book. Write it. If you have so many footnotes, write another book.
Yeah.
Do you remember
if you
textbooks?
have so many footnotes, write it. Well, R.R. Tolkien did this.
Your token?
J.R.R. Tolkien did this.
Hey.
He had so many footnotes, he wrote another book.
Good job. That's the correct thing
That's
to do.
the one guy I know who's ever done that.
And you know him.
I don't think he published it. I know him.
You know, that's
well,
nice.
I know him to be a writer. And nothing from Tom.
Do you remember textbooks when we were kids? You were in school when you were in
you have to wrap them up in a brown paper bag.
Yes, or wrapping paper to show your personality. You could do different stuff.
We would draw on ours. But
doesn't matter. That's not why I brought it up. The point is, you open a textbook. They were the most difficult things to read ever. It was like there would sort of be words, but then there'd always be these like boxes of like an extra understanding, and then there'd be like a big picture of a map, and you couldn't make your way through it.
Plug in the CD-ROM we sent that accompanies this textbook, and find out more.
Which seems like fun, but I'm never doing that.
No, that is the problem with that thing trained us to read bad.
The textbook trained us to read bad.
Textbooks should just be words. They made our eyes go everywhere. Well, that was bad.
It's in the name, dummies.
Textbook.
We just
and
need
I've
to
got all
text.
these pictures of famous guys
and extra
and maps,
little
lots of maps,
pullouts of little things.
Oh,
yeah, that was hard. A hard way to read. Yeah,
and
I don't know.
You're not getting through those books as quickly. I never finished a textbook from school. Not
of
once.
Course.
You jump around a little bit from chapter to chapter. You skip over some stuff.
Yeah, but
did you ever finish them?
The teacher always would be like, we're not going to do this chapter. We don't have time for this chapter. We're going to skip over this chapter. And it's like, well, I bought the whole textbook.
I had to pay for it as if it was new, and it's from a guy who paid about the same price last year.
Yeah.
And he's got all his little drawings and shit in it.
Yeah.
And it still costs $280.
Awful.
That was more for college, I guess. College textbook.
Yeah,
that is a big
psychotically
textbook.
Fully a scam industry right there.
It's definitely a scam.
Yeah, that is truly
buy
a
this
scam.
used piece of shit book from 30 years ago. It'll cost you nearly $300.
And then sometimes the professor themselves write the book.
Quite often.
Then they say, oh, well, this is an updated edition. This is the 7th edition. And you can't use the 6th edition because I needed to put more information in it this year.
It has new pictures, new graphs.
It has new pictures.
So it's really bad. Mm-hmm. This is despicable to me.
It's getting quite dark in here, I'm noticing.
And that's...
For the YouTube. Sorry, couldn't help but call that out.
Do you know what else I think is bad in terms of reading? You're reading a newspaper article, then it says the rest of the story is on 3B or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just put it all together.
Yes. I haven't done that in, I'd say, about 20 years.
Read a newspaper? That's good because it doesn't count as a
physical
book.
Newspaper.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
the first thing that does not count as a book is reading the physical newspaper.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's one of the studies that we have that I don't understand.
We don't know. You need more funding for it.
Yeah. But that's kind of what came out of the lab.
How much more funding do you need to solve that one, do you think? In a dollar number.
In a dollar number?
In a dollar number.
$1 billion.
$1 billion, and we can figure out whether or not newspapers is books.
Yes.
We can find out why.
Why newspapers is not
books. Excuse me.
Why reading a physical newspaper is not a book.
For some reason does not count.
Does not count.
And I have some of my best guys and women on that. Best guys and women are on that.
Women. Yeah, I know. I feel you on the point that it's continued on 2B in another section, and it's like, well, I'm going to be distracted first off by all the other things in between. There's advertisements, there's obituaries, there's other stories.
The obituaries are right in the center. Yeah, you definitely remember newspapers
Keith
well.
Moon died. I'm going to read that before I read the second.
Before I finish reading.
Moon died?
Before I finish reading.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
He's dead for sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry to.
We all know him.
That.
Yeah. Sorry. Keith
I'll
Moon.
say almost 100% of our listeners know who Keith Moon is.
Yeah, I think 100% of our listeners probably know who Keith Moon is.
If you don't know who Keith Moon is, pop off on Apple Podcast reviews, Spotify if they got them, wherever you can.
Also, someone that's been dead for a very long time. If you're just reading in the newspaper that Keith Moon died, you're reading too old of a newspaper.
And what's weird is this is out of our lab is that reading old newspapers does count as books, and we don't know why there's that. And we don't know why.
Microfiche.
Reading the newspaper from the day we landed on the moon, that counts as a book. because that is, I guess,
It's a
that's kind of
historical
history.
document.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we don't know why yet. We don't know why. Again, we need the money.
Have you ever, either of you, ever been to the library or anywhere else this exists and read microfiche? Do you know when I say the
Yeah.
word
Tiny
microfiche?
little fish,
Well, yes.
like minnows.
Have you ever read a
An
minnow?
excellent
reminds
way
me
of
of the song.
defining a word for yourself.
Yes.
Another one of the tricky words we talked about earlier, microfiche.
Microfiche.
Well,
Not at all.
that just reminded me, Tom, of your favorite song. Have you ever read a minnow? How does it go again?
It's a Raffi song, maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe, but it's one of Tom's favorites.
Have you ever read
Yeah.
a minnow?
Have
Oh,
you
that's-
ever read a minnow?
Have
Have you ever read
a
a
moonbeam?
creek? Have you ever read a minnow? Da, da, da. Have you ever read a creek? Have you ever listened to the stream on a moonlit night? Have you ever soaked your bare feet?
I told you, one of his favorite songs.
Really
Isn't it
beautiful song.
Yeah.
It takes me back to childhood.
And
It does.
that is a
Yeah.
song which, when I first read the
Have you ever
lyrics,
read 'em
I
down?
felt like I read a book. Because
Yes.
it's all
Very
about
beautiful.
going down to the creek at night. And
Yes.
that experience to me feels like a book in
Yes.
many ways.
Yes.
Especially with bare feet on a moonlit night, just yourself down by the creek.
And you bring up a really interesting point, which is another wing of my institute is working on this, is what life experiences are actually books. Going down to the creek at night, that's a book. Going to prom, getting a boutonniere or giving a boutonniere and getting a whatever the
Corsage?
Yeah. That's a book.
What about drinking a beer in the barn with your friends?
That's not only a book, that's a book that's full of alliteration, which is fun.
Oh, wow.
Drinking a beer in a barn with buddies.
I said friends, but yeah.
Oh, well, I made it more alliterative.
Well,
I like this. The what experiences
What
are
experiences?
books.
What
experiences
gonna guess
are books?
Road trip. That's got to be a book, right?
Yes. Road trip's book.
Road trip's probably
Road
several
trip's a book.
books.
That's
What,
reading a
what
book.
experiences are not books?
At this
Going to
point,
the
I don't.
mailbox.
going to the mailbox, that's definitely not a book.
Going to the mailbox, hard slurp on the giant bottle of water. Going to the mailbox.
But if you're going to the mailbox and you're getting an acceptance letter to college,
That acceptance letter.
that could be a book,
That
or at
could
least
be a
part,
book.
or a list of chapters.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
It might be a chapter. Interesting. Letters could be books. I asked a question about microfiche. Have you ever done this? Have you ever gone to the library and looked up old newspaper articles? Microfiche is they've scanned newspaper articles and you can like roll through them on a machine. I believe
You can Control F them.
you can kind of control, but you have to Control F them with your eyeballs.
Oh, so there's
You skim.
They haven't been digitized.
which is a type of reading we haven't talked about yet. But
Yeah.
skimming, which minnows also do, they skim the surface of the water.
Oh,
sometimes.
interesting.
Have you ever done that though, Tom?
Yes, I've read microfiche at the
In what
library.
co-
before.
Really?
Well, I'm interested in it
I don't
because
think I have.
if you feel incredible.
Really?
You feel like you're reading when you see somebody read in a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's rare.
That counts as a book, by the way.
if you watch someone read in a movie, that counts as a book. Okay.
But if you ever are doing it, you feel incredible. You feel like a detective.
Yes.
It feels like it's rarefied reading you're doing there.
Oh.
Wait, in what context have you ever read microfiche?
When
been so lucky to.
When I was younger and I had to do a report on Gus Grissom.
Who's that?
He was a famous astronaut from Indiana who died in orbit, or he died
In orbit?
not in orbit. He died
such a
in a
horrifying
training
thought.
accident. Sorry,
Oh.
On Earth.
on Earth. Yeah, it caught fire, I think, and he
you
died.
had to troll the archives to read about
And
it.
I had to troll the
Don't you-
archives to look at old newspapers, and so it really felt like work as a kid. And now that makes sense because reading old newspapers is a book, and that felt like reading a book.
Yeah.
As a fifth grader,
It's nice when the research that we've done feels true to the body. You know?
really speaks. A lot of the
Resonates.
research you have cited today and that your institute has done has really resonated with me and my personal experience with words, T-shirts, billboards.
That
you
means
know.
so much.
At
Creek-
the end,
creek wading.
Creek wading. It's like some reading can feel exhausting and some reading can feel exhilarating. I think the creek wading is the exhilarating type of reading. It's the T-shirt linear reading, the exhausting kind of reading, and that's why I think at the end of the day, I'm so tired because I've done so much reading.
It turns out that's why we're so tired at the end of the
Yeah.
day. People are always curious. Oh, maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe my habits aren't so good. It's because you're doing so damn much reading.
Yeah.
And you don't even know about it.
Well, that brings up the question is, when are we finally done reading? When can you stop?
Oh, yeah.
When is your book count high enough where you can retire from reading?
This is a question I was going to ask you. And the answer?
Once you get to 100,000, you're allowed to stop.
Because at that point, you're inoculated against
100,000
dumb.
books.
You've been-
Against,
So the
Yes.
culmination of all of this is that you must, as we're doing all this
100,000
reading so we
books.
can get to 100,000 books and then we can quit reading.
then you can
And retire.
Retire
and
from
quite
reading.
a few things count as reading and as books.
I
So,
think-
so dear listener, that 100,000 might not be that far off.
No.
And it seemed, based on this conversation, you can quit reading, which, if I'm understanding
You can
correctly,
be-
means you can quit doing most things.
Yes, which isn't that nice?
Isn't that the goal?
Isn't that the goal?
Retirement.
Because how good does it feel to be finished with a book, to close the back cover and be like, I'm done? That feels good.
Yeah.
It's like finishing a drink
Right.
of water.
Imagine how much exponentially better it's going to feel to be done with reading.
to shut the last book.
That's the
book.
last book.
No more.
Then
So
you're
then
then
you're
you see
finished. You finished. You can finally mark it off the list.
Again.
on to other things.
So
On to other things.
You've dedicated your life to researching something that you just rather be done with
immediately.
as quickly as possible.
And you're finding as many ways to count things as towards that quote.
So you can stop doing it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you might optimize reading.
Yeah, this
how
is
you optimize
this is
reading.
Dear citizen soldier.
Dear Citizen Soldier. This
Get
is
it
one
over.
of the
Get it
more
done with.
the most heterodox episodes we've ever had.
I'd
Now
say.
I let you guys say that word a lot of times. What does that mean?
Well, Meaghan, careful. You're close to doing extra reading.
You're close to being
You're close
annoying.
to becoming annoying. I couldn't remember what it's called.
It's disruptive thinking. Entertaining two different ideas at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Heterodox.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I like that.
It is not
The opposite of what everybody else thinks.
It is not doxing Griffin for being hetero, which you could do.
you-
Yes,
some might
and
try
you
to
guys,
do
some
that.
people are trying to do that
People are
too.
trying
Well,
to
Tom.
do that.
It's mostly
I'm
Tom.
trying to dox Griffin.
Mostly Tom finding ways to describe my neighborhood and the buildings within it,
And Griffin's
their proximity to
sexuality,
mine,
yeah.
and also my sexuality.
that he's clearly
Which is-
stated on the.
which is it's just so opaque to most of the listeners.
I would say the thing that I notice most about your neighborhood is how
Careful.
how it's in LA.
How much it's in LA.
How much it's in LA.
What were
how
you gonna say before I
distinct
said careful?
that
Now I'm
big
curious.
rock is. How distinct that big.
Easy, Tom.
Yeah, you can almost hear sort of the cawing of the rock. Is what I always
That's what they
think.
say. Wow. And now I'm thinking about, I'll say it, Eagle Rock merch. Eagle Rock. You can almost hear the cawing of the rock.
Okay, Meaghan, one final question for
Okay.
you. What is your favorite Randleman sauce from their
Oh,
portfolio of
Well,
sauces?
this time of year, I can't get enough of their pumpkin.
The pumpkin sauce.
do
How
you like?
thick it is and chunky.
It's
Randleman's thick
Randleman's
and chunky,
thick and chunky pumpkin sauce.
God, it's good. It goes on anything.
What's
Mm-hmm.
your favorite thing to put it upon?
Well, the obvious choice would be pasta, but I don't put it on pasta. I put it on cooked spinach.
Sauteed or steamed?
Either, as long as it's wilty.
Wow. Thick.
Yeah.
What was it? Thick and
Thick and chunky.
thick and chunky pumpkin
right there.
sauce.
It's right there on the label.
It's right there on the label. Thick
Which
and,
is
it's-
a book.
and
Reading
that's-
labels of
that-
food is books.
That's the whole label is thick and chunky pumpkin sauce. It's right there on the label.
Put it on cooked spinach.
Put it on cooked spinach. That's where it's best.
Yeah, that's where it's.
That sounds like Randleman's to me.
And that's that Randleman's taste.
Yeah, Randleman's. That's yum in Sausanese.
We have to say that, Tom. We have to
Professor
say that.
Funny.
Meaghan, thank you so much for all your valuable insights today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, citizen soldiers.
You've by listening to the podcast or otherwise, or watching it or otherwise taking it in, you have read a book.
Yes, this counts as a book.
You are welcome to the Resistance.
Welcome to the Awakening. You are loved.
Nobody
thinks like you.
Stay safe out there.
Then you cheers microphones.
Yeah, cheers, microphones. Make a sound.
Perfect.
Really Important Thinking is produced by Griffin Winsler, Tom Fell, and Dr. Chris Chismore. All fact-checking is done by the MIT Institute for Data, Systems, and Society. Really Important Thinking is engineered at the Stanford Institute of Consequential Noise and recorded at Detweiler Sound in humble Tupelo, Mississippi. When I see my baby dancing, I know it's to that Detweiler sound.
Sound mixing by Reed Armband with music by Laser Monster. Tom's costume was provided by Padma Lakshmi with catering provided by Kokomo's Mungo Lounge. Kokomo's, if you can't take her here, you can't take her anywhere.